Okay. What it do? What it do, my love? This your girl, 5-Star-Ke. And this is my embody. And yeah, let me tell you, it's these grown men that are bullies. They torture kids, they sex traffic kids, and they rape kids. But like I was saying previously, it was this guy. It's this dark-skinned man. He is an older man. Yeah, he been celebrating. Him and the people that he with, they have been celebrating. They have been celebrating the demise of other people. You get what I'm saying? That's why you had a grown man or a grown woman walking in a child's energy. You get what I'm saying? They do a lot of child rituals. They even, like, it was something about, yeah, they was even raping kids. Because somebody could have, like, a young baby mama. You get what I'm saying? Like, somebody's baby mama literally could be like a teenager. You get what I'm saying? And it's like those people knew that that person that they had kids with was a teenager. They knew that. And they were steady raping a teenage child. That's why a child was like, I can remember hearing, they lied. I kept hearing that. Talking about, they lied. But let me tell you something. My thing is this. When it comes down to family, friends, and everything like that, you are able to always pick the phone up and call your mother. You're always able to, like, know that, okay, when you start seeing the situation and that person, that girl said she wanted to go home. That girl, it was a little girl. She said she wanted to go home, and it was somebody that was stomping and abusing that girl. They didn't let her go home. She said she wanted to go home. And that's another reason why they could have been, like, on my other channel. Like I said, they blocked and banned my other channel. They was trying to get either a 22-year-old, because I was in the dark, right? I was in the dark, and I was like, I was just minding my business, focusing on, my work and my craft and stuff. And I was energetically hearing certain things, and I was like, people could think that I'm 22, even though I'm a grown woman. But around the time when I said that, I might have been like 28 years old. You get what I'm saying? I might have been like 28 or 29 when I said what I said behind the scenes. And what I said was, people might start thinking that you like a 22-year-old and whatnot. Now, of course, I was talking about myself because of how I look. And then you got a bunch of people that heard those things that I said, and they were trying to embody every single thing that I said. That's why they tried to discredit me. That's why they were trying to get young kids to do their dirty work or do something for them. That's why when it comes down to it, I recommend, if you got kids coming in your home or whatever, if your kid don't bow down and start praying, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel about it. Nowadays, these kids should start praying, because you got wicked witches and warlocks in the spiritual community. They need more people of light in the spiritual community. They have a bunch of wicked warlocks and witches. They're not going to be able to harvest something. You get what I'm saying? Those witches and warlocks, they were trying to harvest something. That's why you had a bunch of people that was trying to, like, keep you in the energy of stillness. They kept trying to put you in the energy of, like you wondering what's going on with your family. You wonder what's going on with your kid or your husband or your job, your resources. You was constantly worrying about what's going on with the things that you have been building. And that's why you had people, they had their hand in some things that they shouldn't have their hand in. Because I'm telling you, a Cancer energy admitted about a murder. A Cancer woman murdered somebody and they admitted that on live, and I saw it and I will never forget it. That's why I promise you, my love, I don't want nothing to do with any of those people. That's why I'm here. I'm here for a reason. I am here for a reason. Those people tried to replace me. They tried to replace me with somebody who wasn't even as passionate about the stuff. Like, guess what? If you could see spiritually, then why haven't you told people who was really in behind killing those kids? Why, if you were so passionate about your spirituality, why was you working with people to go stalk somebody? Why were you using your police energy and your police task force and the fake judge and fake lawyers and all that? Why were you using those people to do your dirty work? You're just as guilty as the murderer. And that's one thing those people fail to realize. You get what I'm saying? The judge, the crooked cops, the Cancer energy, the Libra energy, the Taurus energy, they are just as guilty. That's why they kept trying to put you under the fire. That's why they kept trying to throw you under the bus. That's why they kept trying to say, something was bad with your health, your blood, your mind. They kept trying to distort everything. And that's why that high priestess energy, because me personally, I feel like a high priestess energy is somebody who does, is like a bearer of secrets and they hold on to things for a long time. So with that being said, something could have been going on for a long time. And maybe like a Pisces knew what was going on, but they never said anything. But now, I could also see something about a Pisces, because like I said, I like Pisces. Don't get me wrong. Now, I know all Pisces aren't evil, and I know all Pisces energies aren't wicked. Now, you got some Pisces that are really, really spiritual, and they're really, really emotional. And so it's kind of like a certain Pisces, my love. That's why a Pisces could have been having your back. You get what I'm saying? Like, no matter what was going on, even if that person was involved with a certain group of people, that person could have had your back. And the reason why, because that person, like, y'all ain't gonna harvest nothing from that person. Y'all not gonna take that person's kids from them. Y'all not gonna do any of that. You get what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna do any of that while this Pisces is around. Because for one, this Pisces is understanding that y'all was trying to get me to replace somebody that I was inspired by. Y'all was trying to get me to replace something that I can't, it's like literally, it's like a Pisces couldn't even harvest your energy because they don't know you anymore. Just say if that was an old friend, old lover, somebody that you used to respect or love. You get what I'm saying? It's like that person is not going to let them people do anything to you. That's why you got another person here. I'm seeing a Scorpio as well. So I see two energies that are in the upright. A Pisces energy and a Scorpio energy. You get what I'm saying? Hell, even when it comes down to me, I'm a Capricorn. You get what I'm saying? Now, if people can relate to a situation where something could have happened to your kid, or your kid could have went somewhere and then came back slower than normal, or your kid could have went somewhere and then just things were just kind of off, it's because, like I said, you got somebody, and I'm not saying every Pisces and every Scorpio, but these probably could be people that's on the spiritual side helping things that's on this side. You get what I'm saying? Because when it comes down to it, I already know that my energy is heavy. I'm a Capricorn too, period. What it do, my love? You my Cap, period. But look, you know what? I need to keep you. Where you at? Hold on, let me block this person, because if that's what y'all think I'm broke, then I'm gonna let y'all think that I ain't finna, I'm not finna argue with you. If you think that, my love, think that. But guess what? The Capricorn, I'm gonna make sure when I get my stuff together, I'm gonna make sure I create a group. Because at first I was trying to think of the name to go with 5-Star-Key, but like I said, they tried to push me out, and then they tried to put somebody else to make all those type of star things or whatever that I was gonna do. But I'm gonna make one for the Capricorns. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna make one for the Capricorns, and I'm like, yeah, I will bust a cap in your ass. You get what I'm saying? Don't make me get one of my caps. Don't make me get one of my caps. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, but yeah, so this is a guy too, right? It's a guy, he wear wigs, he goes around killing people. I don't know if he's really gay or whatever the case is, but he stalks. He could be the police as well too. But anyway, so what they done was they was trying to cover something up. They did something in a hotel because they were trying to harvest some energy. But what's so wild is certain people weren't inspired by whatever a Pisces was doing. Maybe they did try to replace your energy with a Pisces, but it's like it wasn't nothing to harvest. You get what I'm saying? It's like it wasn't nothing to harvest with that energy. And the reason why is because nobody's really inspired by somebody who just like, they just show their hand. You get what I'm saying? Like somebody wasn't inspired by that. That person could have been showing their hand too much, and they could have been trying to cause death to certain things that you were doing. They could have been doing things in mysterious ways. That person even could have got used. You get what I'm saying? But yes, that's why it's good to always be in the energy of stillness. Because in the spiritual realm, I was saying something about, oh, somebody left me hanging and woo woo woo. But in reality, I was in the energy of stillness. You get what I'm saying? So I always remember that, because you do got low vibrational karmics on the internet. They will try to take everything that you say and make it seem like, oh, somebody left you hanging. You gonna be in shit and whatnot. But it's like, I'm not gonna be in shit. Just because y'all niggas that watch me and y'all bitches that watch me, y'all don't like what I do and y'all don't like what I say, that don't have nothing to do with me. That don't have a motherfucking thing to do with me, because y'all motherfuckers don't like what the fuck I say and what the fuck I do. I'm not stopping my motherfucking business just because you bitch ass niggas don't like what the fuck I say. And y'all niggas ain't finna keep stalking me around town, bothering me. That's just one thing I'm not fucking going for. Y'all niggas ain't getting shit up out of me. And that'd be the fucking problem. Them motherfuckers be thinking, and that's another thing too. I had to learn to stop being nice. You get what I'm saying? Because I literally will speak to these crackheads. I'll speak to these people. You get what I'm saying? I will speak to those people, and I'm talking about be so comfortable with talking to them, but then next thing you know, he's talking about some, oh, I heard this about you. I heard that about you. And it's all negative stuff. You shouldn't stop for nobody. Hell no, because I'm telling you, it's a group of people that gotten hurt by that same ass nigga. Listen, when I said when I look back at what they were saying about Miss Cleo, right? They was like, this guy, they said that she wound up going somewhere or doing something, and they gave her $1,000. Do you not know that's like what they've been doing to everybody? They've been doing that still right now to this day. They've been doing that still right now till this day, my love. And when I heard that, my heart just was like, whoa. I can't believe they did Cleo like that. I can't believe they did her like that, man. And then these people sitting around here, they're expecting us to respect the damn. They want us to respect that man. I don't respect that motherfucker at all. I don't respect him. Because he is a liar. He is a liar. He is the devil. You can believe in God and have tarot cards. Just like that nigga, he believed in God. He kept going to church every single day, running around here, stalking and trying to Bible folks. Every day. Every day, my love, he was running around there bothering folks. Every day going to church, stalking people, killing people. What it do? I need to drink me. I got me some coffee going, y'all. But I'm telling you, I said, man, I can't believe they did it in Miss Cleo. That's how you know she was in her right path. She was doing what she was supposed to do. Cleo was doing what she was supposed to do. But that's why it's like in that one video, my love, listen. In that one video, I was like this, and I was whispering, and it was like, I don't fuck with niggas. And that's the reason why. That's the reason why. And I could see why. I could see why certain motherfuckers be like, they don't fuck with niggas. But then that's why them niggas be trying to turn into women so they can try to shapeshift and whatnot. That's why they be trying to tie people's soul together. But yeah, it was a Pisces that was helping somebody trying to cause endings for you. Because guess what? You are an abundant, I can't blame you, period. That's an abundant energy. When you can tap into your soul and your soul tribe, and when you start getting divine messages and divine downloads, because remember, I was saying a while ago that messages, you're gonna receive some divine messages, but it's up to you to understand where the divine messages are coming from. You get what I'm saying? It's up to you to understand where they're coming from. Because guess what? It's so many people that have created businesses and their businesses have gotten destroyed by these quote unquote church people. Because they want you to follow their lead. But in reality, it's kind of like they're slithering around following your lead. You're leading the way for these people, but in reality, they want to make it seem like just because of what they've been pastoring for years or they know so many people, they wanted you to be in the energy of believing everything they say just because he got a suit on. Well, guess what? I can go get a suit too. And yes, somebody also wanted to cause, yes, when it comes down to the transformation of the mystery, somebody always wanted you to, just say if you always had like a feeling about, you're like, man, something ain't right with these people. You get what I'm saying? If you always had a feeling about it, you would be like, I see why they were trying to cause you to end your spiritual journey. They wanted you to end your spiritual journey. Because let me tell you something. If you end your spiritual journey, that means you could damn near end your soul's journey. You get what I'm saying? Because you got some people, my love, that have been on a fool's journey. That's why those people have binded kids together. That's why they were stalking. That's why they were watching, because they were trying to bind kids together. They was on a fool's journey doing that shit. They set you up with the police, got you beat and hurt by the police and stuff, trying to take your mail, take your money and resources and finances so it can be hard for you to live. They do that to everybody. That's the only tactic that they have. And the only tactic, they only have that tactic is because they put fear in people. But when you don't scare their ass, that's why somebody was like, I think it was a Libra energy. Yeah, it's like a Libra energy. It's like you don't trust that person. You do not trust a Libra. That happened to me, period, my love, because I can kind of put things together and it makes sense. You get what I'm saying? But it's kind of like a Libra energy. Like this was years ago, though. A Libra energy could have been saying, they could have sent people your way to do things to you. And it's kind of like that person they knew that something was going to happen, but it's kind of like they didn't want to be around or involved. You get what I'm saying? They didn't want to be around or involved when something happened, because a child could have got beat. Yeah, a child could have got beat because a Libra could have wanted health. A child could have also been getting raped by a person like that. And the reason why is because that person wanted to walk in that kid's energy. They was binding kids to grown people. Yeah, something about an Aquarius too. They were trying to harvest an Aquarius energy, but they're not going to be able to do that. That's so funny. That is so funny. Let me tell you. And I know Aquarius. Let me tell you. The Aquarius is so funny, you guys. It's like these group of people that were trying to harvest Aquarius energy. But hell, he closed the cycle out and went home on that ass. You get what I'm saying? They can't harvest shit with that greedy ass. He went home on that ass. It's so funny. A real what it do, y'all? And I love Aquarius. I bullshit you now. I love Aquarius. Even though people be like Aquarius fake as hell. But sometimes I like the ones that, I don't know. I like Aquarius. I kid you not. Them some, like, besides the bullshit, them some solid motherfuckers. But yeah, somebody was trying to harvest an Aquarius, whether that could have been a kid or an adult, a man or a woman. And it's like that harvest ain't working because they don't know him. They don't know his operation. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how yes, bitch. That is funny. Trapped in the reverse. Yeah, that Aquarius said, yeah, them motherfuckers ain't trapping me. The fuck? They out of their mind. They out of their mind if they thinking they doing that. You get what I'm saying? They out of their mind. Because Aquarius is the type that got their own mind. If you don't make an Aquarius feel good, welcomed, loved, and supported, then them motherfuckers ain't gonna stick around. They ain't even tell you shit about them. I promise you, them motherfuckers ain't gonna tell you shit about their ass. That's why I love the Aquarius. I love Aquarius. But anyway, so we got the inspiration in the reverse, okay? Because somebody could have even tried to, when it come down to an Aquarius, now they could have tried to harvest some energy from an Aquarius before, but they're not getting anything. They're not getting nothing. All right, and the inspiration in the reverse. So what was oh, you know what? Somebody also, it could have been a Pisces, a Scorpio, and I'm seeing an Aquarius as well, and a fire sign. So they all could have been inspired by you, but they were acting like they weren't inspired by you. That's why they be trying to mimic people. That's why people that do trying to steal my move type shit. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they actually, they don't want to tell you that they're inspired by you, but they're also charmed by you as well. You get what I'm saying? They're also charmed by you. It could be the light. It could be your glow. It could be, it could be just anything that that makes you a beautiful person. Yeah, it's like, man. Why I sound like Smokey? It's like, man, that community of people, they're inspired by you, but it's like somebody could have felt like they was doing something first or whatever the case is. But in reality, you do your own thing. You get what I'm saying? Like at 28, I started my own business and I was doing my own thing. And those people came around and destroyed my business. So with that being said, I don't follow anyone. You get what I'm saying? I don't follow anyone at all. When it comes down to spirituality, I see what I need to explore. You get what I'm saying? Because if God is showing me something, then obviously I need to either say it, expose it, and try to explore, like, why is God showing me these things? Because I literally saw June project himself in my house with 2 hands in his pocket. But anyway, so yeah, it's like a group of people, they did not want you to feel like you was an inspiration to the youth. They didn't want you to feel like you was an inspiration to either a church that you could have been going to. They didn't want you to feel like you was an inspiration in the spiritual community, because you are a staple in the spiritual community. And it's like a community was charmed by you, or a community is charmed by you because of the luck that you carry, the things that you receive. And no matter how much they try to block and stop you from something, you always receive good things. And that's a fear of the community. They're in fear because you know that they are inspired by you. They desire to be like you. That's why they try so hard to get you to be trapped in situations or to be in loveless relationships with men that don't really care for you. Yeah, it's like every situation they throw at you, you can alchemize it, because you know one thing. Like, one thing when it comes down to it. For one, this energy over here is protected. You get what I'm saying? This energy is protected over here. And then for 2, those people are wicked, and you know they're wicked. You know they was binding people's souls, tying people up. That's what they were doing. That's why you don't trust those people. That's why when those people come around, that's why you got men that stalk you every day. That's why they stalk, because they were trying to bind you to somebody. And it's like, bitch, when I told them motherfuckers, because I heard a nigga say this over light-skinned nigga. I heard him say this when I was working at Chiba Hut. He got the saying that he wasn't done with something yet. And he made sure I heard it. You get what I'm saying? He made sure I heard it, because he said he ain't done with something yet, because he's trying to bind something to somebody. He's trying to switch something with somebody. And I'm like, that's what made me think. I'm like, you know what? I got to stay away from that nigga. I got to stay away from him. Yeah, I got to stay away from him, my love, because he's not going to bind me to somebody that I don't even fuck with. You get what I'm saying? Like they do to kids and shit. They do that shit to children. Hold on one second. And that could be another reason why anytime somebody starts speaking about what they be doing secretly, that's why they get so mad. You get what I'm saying? That's why they get so mad, because it's like those people, my love, those witches and warlocks, if you haven't peeped game, those witches and warlocks, my love, they won't go into detail. When they be like, when they say somebody has been doing like, they be like, well, somebody has been doing like magic or rituals on you and whatnot, right? They wouldn't tell you the certain magic or rituals that they were doing. And the reason why is because if you understand the magic or the ritual that they were doing, then you would have the capacity to defeat them, because they believe in like secrecy. You get what I'm saying? They thrive in secrecy, my love. Oh, and then you know what? When people be doing that, like the silent thing, it make me think of silent killers. Oh, and then what's so wild, my love, is I'm seeing that the high priestess card and the death card here. So yeah, it was given like a silent killer. And the reason why it's a silent killer, my love, is because it's a spiritual thing. He is a spiritual man. He's spiritual. So in order to kill him or in order to defeat him, you gotta be spiritual to defeat him. You gotta be spiritual to defeat him. You can't be out here in the world. You get what I'm saying? You can't be out here in the world toting a gun thinking that you're going to kill the person that was stalking you and trying to kill you or hurt your family. You got to be spiritual to understand that man. You got to be spiritual to even see him. And that's why when it comes down to God and Jesus, that's why I always say, Jesus, 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 Jesus. The devil hates that. I believe in Jesus. I don't believe in no devil. Sneaky people are always doing evil. Yes, yes, my love. I promise you. That's why they tried to get me off of here. That's why they wanted me off the internet. But see, I started exploring spirituality. Like I said, my oracles and me reading my oracles has been helping me. You get what I'm saying? Because see, that's the thing there. These people, they want me to be worried. They want me to be sad. Because see, guess what? If I was worried and sad, my love, guess what? Then that means I would accept the same guy back in my life. No matter how he shapes and shifts into different people. I would have been able to accept him in my life if they was able to keep me scared. Because see, when it comes down to a silent killer, chosen the people who you want in space, carefully save yourself from all the pain. Yes, 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 yes. That's why, and then they also could be saying fame and fortune is a silent killer. Fame and fortune could be a silent killer, my love, because literally you have a bunch of people that sacrifice their kids for nothing. Because let me tell you something. You got a group of people in this world that don't believe in the Bible. You got a group of people in this world that don't believe in Muslim. You got people that don't believe nothing. You get what I'm saying? You got people that believe that their God and their way is their way, and that's just what it is. That's how they feel, right? But guess what? How I feel is how I feel about my job. How I feel is how I feel about my creation and my craft. You get what I'm saying? Them people can't make me think that, oh, you have a card and that's evil. They can't make me think that shit this morning. Hell no. They can't make me think that shit this morning. Hell no. These cards have been helping me understand, I forgot what I was watching, but I was watching these real spiritual ladies. And they was like, of course, you have tarot cards and oracle cards, but these are tools. As a matter of fact, I said that years ago when I was reading in my books and stuff. It was like spiritual tarot cards and oracles are spiritual tools. Now, you can abuse the spiritual tool. You can manipulate energy. You can do a lot of things when it comes down to tarot. The universe is too powerful. Yes, the universe is too powerful. That's why it's good to always speak about the good thing. Even though it be bad stuff going on. But like I said, they got Cleo. They got her. And that was sad to me because I'm like, damn, so those niggas, they did the same thing to Cleo. They did the same thing probably to people, grandmas, sisters, kids, and everything like that. They did the same thing to them people. And that's sad because it's like, they trying to kill everybody, and then they trying to be dominant in a situation. But it's like, if they're trying to kill everybody off, how could they be dominant if they done killed the competition off? You get what I'm saying? If they done killed the competition off, and if Cleo was dominating the spiritual community, she was the face of the spiritual community, how did those people? It's what your intentions are. Exactly. But the thing is, you got wicked ass men that think they know the intentions and the hearts of women. That's why certain women don't deal with men. You get what I'm saying? Look, I keep hearing that. I keep hearing that shit. It's like, don't deal with men. Don't fuck with them niggas. Don't fuck with them niggas. Like, my name is Karen. You get what I'm saying? It's like, don't fuck with them niggas. And the reason why is because they trying to catch a body for no reason. They trying to kill somebody thinking that they gonna walk in somebody else's energy. But in reality, at this point, my love, they'll be exposing themselves, because it's like, this grown man, they wondering why he crying and stuff. They wonder why the grown man worried. They wondering why everybody that's associated with him is shook, because he know he killed somebody, raped somebody, he stole, he did something that he know he should not have been doing. You get what I'm saying? He knows that. That's why he tried to project that on other people, like Kenneth the other day. Kenneth called me. Well, he got this app on my phone or whatever. Kenneth be calling me or whatever. He be like, why you ain't call me? Woo, woo, woo. But then I said, Kenneth, the reason why I'm not talking to you anymore is because you was involved with those people that was stealing my money. You was involved with those people that was harvesting my energy. You was telling them people all my business when I was on the phone with you. You was pillow talking. He kept trying to say, what did I do? What did I do? Like, he knew what he did. He just wanted me to sit around and put it in detail. Bad intentions and bad energy. Yes. Then, my love, he said, and then I was like, well, why did y'all take my money from me? Why did y'all slow my business down? Why are y'all trying to hurt my child and whatnot? Why are y'all trying to do all those things? He was like, well, you want to know what I heard? I said, yeah, tell me what you heard, Kenneth. He said, I heard that you wasn't right. I damn near, you know what? I almost cussed that man out again. You get what I'm saying? I almost cussed him out again, because the reason why is like, hold on, how you gonna sit up here and tell me I'm not right? You don't know me at all. Kenneth don't know me. He do not know me at all. He don't know me. That's a married man. And then he keep trying to say, at first, when I first met him, he told me that it was a light-skinned girl and a dark-skinned girl that introduced him to me. You get what I'm saying? That's what he said. He was a light-skinned girl and a dark-skinned girl introduced him to me. So then he wound up trying to abuse me and manipulate my whole entire life since then. So he's been the warlock in my life. He has been the warlock in my entire life. That's why he think he can control somebody. And I said, he talking about some, yeah, them people told me that you wasn't right. What the fuck? I don't even know that nigga. How the fuck he gonna sit up right here and tell somebody that I ain't right? And then for one, who is he talking to for them to say that I'm not right? He don't even know me. So obviously the person that he was getting his advice from was lying to his ass. Yeah, he could have been getting advice from another Taurus. Yeah, you definitely don't need that in your life. Period. I don't. Because he has been the one bothering me and stalking me energetically, trying to keep me held down and hostage to some shit. Yeah, and he's been the one causing tower moments, using the police and doing all that type of thing, right? He's the one been doing all that. Shape shifting and using people. You get what I'm saying? Using people to do his dirty work. Like, he was even telling me about it was some people that was in front of my house, right? I forgot, they had a white car, a 2-door white car, a lady with dreads, and then it was a taller, dark-skinned man. Kenneth told me that those was his people. But my thing is, if Kenneth is way in Maryland, you get what I'm saying? If he's way in Maryland, how do he know what's going on in front of my house unless he's telling these people to do certain things towards me? He kept saying the name Sharon, or it was some lady name started with an S. I forgot her name, but I don't know if she was the tall, light-skinned lady or if she was the dark-skinned lady with the dreads. But he said they're going to jail. Okay, so why were they trying to cover this up? Wow. That's sad. They was trying to cover up everything that they had been doing just so they can stay in a home. You get what I'm saying? Just so they can have resources, just so they can have a shelter. Yeah. They was causing a lot of upheaval, chaos, unfairness, and irritation and pettiness in people's life. They was teaming up together to do that. Wow. But your strength worries them. Your strength worries them, whether it's your mental strength, physical strength, emotional strength. Your strength worries them people. That sounds suspicious. That's what I'm telling you, my love. And he kept calling me and kept saying, he kept calling me because it was this one guy. I'm telling you, man, it was this one guy that don't play the radio with him. Like, listen, it's not funny, but it's funny because he's evil. And then this one guy, I'm telling you, he was younger. He was way younger than Kenneth and all. Because Kenneth's the old man. He's the old warlock. He's been doing what he's been doing for a while. And it's like, this younger guy that I was with, I'm talking about whoa Kenneth ass out, bitch. Whoa him out. And the reason why he wore him out was because, see, Kenneth thought that, because, see, he's the type I could see now that if you can't see or certain things spiritually and he can in certain ways, like that's why he'll give you an item, like a couch or a washer. He'll try to give you an item so therefore his energy can be in your environment or in your atmosphere. So then when people come into your home, or you could be eating cereal and then this man can sit around here and say, yeah, I was at school eating cereal. Like, nigga, you grown as hell. You don't even go to school. You be sitting at home doing things to people. You get what I'm saying? He be starting to say that, oh, I was doing this or I was doing that and woo 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 woo. He trying to make everybody's story seem like his. That's why he got a confused mind, but he trying to confuse everybody else. Yeah, he is a warlock or something. Yeah, and he done caused a lot of people to, I don't know what he did to a Virgo. He could have did something to a Virgo, you guys. I don't know if he convinced a Virgo to go do something to somebody and then they was going to get some money, but he lied if he told them that. But I obviously, he could be working with a Virgo. He could be using a Virgo's energy because he don't have no energy. You get what I'm saying? He don't have no energy for real. You get what I'm saying? That's why he be burning out other people's energy because, you get what I'm saying? Like, he's just that type of person. He's that type of energy vampire person. He used other people's energy. He's stingy with money that, hell, half the money that he received is off the killings. You get what I'm saying? Off the spiritual, energetic manipulation that he do. That's where he get half his money from. Because literally, when I was on YouTube, literally, I was making money. I was only making money for like 9 to 10 months. You got to be careful what gifts you accept from people. And you know what? That's so true. That's why it's like, I always like to work. I like to work for everything that I get. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a damn that's why it's like, it's better to have a partner. You get what I'm saying? Because literally, if I wanted to get like a $500 couch or whatever, me and my love or me and whoever, we could go half on a $500 couch. You get what I'm saying? Even when it comes down to beds and stuff. Like the guy that I was with a long time ago, Nikita, when me and him was together, we always went and got things like that. You get what I'm saying? Because I would go find something that I like. And then I would, like, even when it comes down to cars and stuff, like it was like a $500 down for a car, $800 down for a car. We would literally work our jobs and I would literally give him $400 to match his $400 to go get a car. You get what I'm saying? And then he would do me the same. You get what I'm saying? Like we had each other back in a relationship. That's kind of why in relationships, that's why my main thing is like to work and work and get my home comfortable. Because in reality, when you're an adult, unless you have like, even hell, people that have careers, you get what I'm saying? That's why people make their home so comfortable, because it's like real partners. Yes. That's why people make their home so comfortable, because they be like, okay, like I got to get off a futon. You know, some people like, okay, I got to get off a futon, because, I've been working. I don't want to go to work with my back hurting. I don't want to go to work in, conditions to where I'm not sleeping properly. You get what I'm saying? So, oh, hell, I'll fuck around and buy put $300 down or put $300 to the side. He'll put $300 to the side, and then we'll go get like a $600 bed or something. You get what I'm saying? Like that's, and then, but see, my thing is too, actually, when you get a new bed and stuff, then what? You'll be wanting to go get brand new sheets all the time. You'll be wanting to see your bed in different sheets and stuff. So that'll just keep you always comfortable or wanting to live, like sleep in the bed and whatnot. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, even on the couch, like if I sleep on the couch, I'll make my couch comfortable like a bed. Like I bullshit, I love sleeping on the couch. Like I don't give a damn what nobody said. They be like, somebody sleeping on the couch. Well, yeah, what? I'm sleeping on the couch with a complete mind, and my mind is intact. I made sure I washed my ass before I got on the couch and laid down and went to bed. You get what I'm saying? Nah, for $600, I'm getting 3 mattresses and a stack of them. See, that's that old me. I used to do that stuff and not put my beds on the rails and I have box springs and stuff. But I'm the type of woman, I want a bed that's nice, comfortable, soft. I want a headboard. You get what I'm saying? I want my bed off the floor. You get what I'm saying? Because even when you think about spiritual things, you should always want to keep things off of the floor, even couches. Like back then I had a couch that I took the legs off of it, so the couch was literally sitting on the floor. You get what I'm saying? And it's like when you think about elevating, you always want to sit in a higher chair. You don't want to constantly sit on the floor. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, that was me younger, and I had to learn about houses and things like that. Because I kid you not, some people might think that, oh, you only gotta like literally, I've gotten plenty of apartments before my love. Well, I literally didn't have shit to put in the apartment. All I know is I was working a job and I wanted my own place. You get what I'm saying? I had a job, I wanted my own place. So I was only able to like pay to get in, right? But then, my love, yeah, I ain't paying to get in no motherfucking way because this ain't no club. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't pay to get in clubs. But when it come down to it, it's just like I would pay to get in my apartment, and then I would literally just have to, go to thrift stores and I would find little stuff. You get what I'm saying? And that's kind of why I like when my mom and dad, when they be around and shit, because dad will be like, because dads and moms, they always keep a mental note of what the kid needs. You get what I'm saying? They always keep a mental note. Especially, you got a mom that always shops. If you got a grandma that always shops or a granddad that always shops around the basic essentials. Yes. And I kid you not, that's what I love about, family and stuff. Because they'll be like, oh, I saw this table for you. You get what I'm saying? And I can go bring it to you. Or such and such don't use her table no more. Such and such don't use her desk anymore. And it could be something beneficial that you could sit in on your home. Because I kid you not, my grandma and them, when I first moved to my apartment in Edmond, my cousin wound up giving me a bed because I don't know if her daughter outgrew the bed or something like that, or she gave me the bed. She gave me a bed that was in her daughter's room. So when I moved to my first apartment, I wound up, getting my daughter's room together, and my daughter's room was looking real nice. I kid you not. So I wound up getting that bed that my cousin told me that I could have, and I put it in my daughter's room. But I didn't have a bed in my room. You get what I'm saying? So I made a padlet, and I was sleeping on the floor. You get what I'm saying? But I kid you not, though. Let me tell you, God honest truth. I was so comfortable, though. I was comfortable with sleeping on my floor. And the reason why was because, guess what? I had my own space. You get what I'm saying? Public housing. Nobody could come into my apartment for real. You get what I'm saying? Like when you paying full rent and stuff, nobody could come into your apartment when they want to. Nobody can do anything in your apartment. You get what I'm saying? Like nobody can do what they do like in public housing and shit like that. Yeah, it's like nobody can come into your home and bother you. Facts. Yeah, because I know this public housing, it's a bunch of creep pervert men that work in public housing. And then they do a lot of things. That's how they're able to poison seasonings and poison food so easily, because public housing is crooked. You get what I'm saying? The devil could work through anybody. You get what I'm saying? That's why when it come down to it, like in Edmond, my house just be straight clean. That's when I started going through my spiritual awakening. You get what I'm saying? Like I started going through my spiritual awakening when I stayed in Edmond. None of those pop-up inspections. Yeah, because the thing is, when you don't have to deal with that mentally, you get what I'm saying? Because this is my first time living under public housing's protection or authority or whatever the fuck. But it's like when you live in a house and you paying or apartment and you paying full rent, they literally have no right to come in your home. No matter if they watch you wherever you go, and then they try to come into your home and stuff. Because when you live in apartments and houses and you pay full rent, they don't do no inspections. You know what I'm saying? They don't do inspections for real unless you call them and be like, oh, something's going on with, that's another reason why I like apartments. It's a huge difference and a big relief. Yes. Like, I'll kid you not, my love. That's why my finances get back right. I'm gonna be focused on like purchasing me a home. You get what I'm saying? That's my focus, to purchase me a home, because therefore, if anything goes wrong, whatever these people try to do energetically, because that's what they do. They try to mix your souls up and switch your purpose up. You get what I'm saying? But it's kind of like a lot of people that have done that, you don't trust them because you know what they do. You know the pattern. If a man talking about $1,000, he gave you $1,000, like, bitch, I wouldn't accept no $1,000 from no man. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't accept the money from no man at all. Even some of y'all men, some women be trying to give y'all money just to like spoil you or keep you blinded to something, because that's what they do. They give you money to keep you blinded. And then they give you money and try to bind you to a situation. You get what I'm saying? Because they be like, oh, well, you accept the money? No, hell no. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all can kiss my motherfucking ass. Y'all bitches destroyed my business. Y'all bitches infiltrated my home. Y'all motherfuckers did a lot of wicked ass shit. Y'all got what the fuck y'all deserve, nigga. Get the fuck on. And then they talking about, you need to sacrifice your kid. I ain't sacrificing no motherfucking kid, bitch. And the reason why I ain't sacrificing no kid, because, bitch, I know I don't have to. They talking about sacrifice your family. For the fuck what? If I sacrifice my family, then I have nothing. No, I'm not sacrificing my family. But anyway, my love, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta go to this place today. I will see y'all later. I have a good one.